Hey there, welcome back to the channel Stoic Mindset, Stoicism, and today we're diving into a topic that will totally change the way you think about intimacy and pleasure. Whether you've been with us for a while or this is your first time here, you are in for something incredibly insightful, and trust me, you won't want to miss it now. Let's be real for a second. Have you ever wondered how to truly satisfy a mature woman in the bedroom? Whether you're a man looking for guidance, a younger guy eager to explore the desires of older women, or even someone just curious about this subject, you've clicked on the right video today. We're tackling a topic that might seem intimidating, but is actually a game share when it comes to intimacy, how to sexually satisfy older women, especially those over 65. You may think you know what it takes, but let's be honest, older women's sexual needs aren't always so easy to figure out. Their desires evolve, and what worked in the past might not be enough anymore. But don't worry, I'm here to give you all the tools you need to make her feel desired, cherished, and most importantly, satisfied. And trust me, this isn't just about physical pleasure. We're talking about the emotional intimacy that older women often crave just as much, if not more, than the physical aspects. Here's the kicker. Men of all ages are constantly trying to figure out how to please their partners, especially as they get older. We all know that communicating openly, experimenting with new techniques, and maintaining that spark in a relationship are crucial. But what happens when you're dealing with a woman who takes longer to get aroused or who doesn't respond the same way she once did? That's where things can get tricky. And that's exactly why this video is so important. The balance often gets off and sexual needs get left unmet, but it doesn't have to be that way. So if you're ready to become a master in the art of pleasing older women, and I mean truly satisfying them, keep watching. We've got 5 crucial tips coming your way that will revolutionize the way you approach sex with a woman over 65, from the perfect kiss to maintaining stamina and being adventurous. These tips aren't just about sex, they're about making her feel truly appreciated. In every way, you see, older women don't just want physical connection, they crave intimacy and emotional depth. They value a partner who knows how to balance both. So whether you're a mature man trying to reignite that passion with your long-term partner, or a younger guy who's just exploring these tips, for you this video is packed with valuable insight. So stick around till the end, and I promise you'll have a newfound understanding of what older women want in the bedroom, ready to learn how to give the older woman in your life the satisfaction she truly deserves. If this video resonated with you, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more life-changing tips for your relationships and intimacy. I'm here to bring you the real deal, and I don't want you to miss what's coming next. If this video spoke to you, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, leave a 0 and share what you'd like to see next. Your feedback means the world to me. And let's get started. We've got some life-changing tips coming up that will make you the kind of lover every mature woman dreams of. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to keep the passion burning hot, no matter her age. Let's get into it. Now that we've got your attention, let's dive into the real meat of this topic. Because, let's be honest, understanding how to satisfy an older woman sexually is not something that's widely discussed. And that's exactly why I'm here. You might have heard all sorts of tips and tricks online, but I'm going to walk you through exactly what works and why it works, because knowing how to sexually satisfy an older woman isn't just about the physical aspect. It's about understanding her, respecting her, and connecting with her on a deeper level. You see, as women age, their bodies go through a series of changes that affect how they experience sex. Hormonal shifts, the natural aging process, and life events can all influence a woman's libido, her emotional needs, and her ability to be physically intimate. These changes can sometimes make sex a little more complicated than it used to be, but here's the good news. older women are more than capable of enjoying and engaging in fulfilling sexual relationships. They just need a partner who understands what they need. And that's exactly what I'm here to help you with. It all starts with acknowledging that mature women's sexual needs and desires are just as important, if not more important, than those of younger women as they age. Many women find themselves looking for a different type of connection, one that's deeper, more emotional, and more intimate. This is where your approach has to change. You need to be more in tune with her needs, more patient and more focused on creating a positive, enjoyable experience that will make her feel truly valued. So let's talk about the first crucial tip that will make all the difference in your sexual relationship with an older woman: how you kiss her. You might be thinking, Karen, really kissing? Yes, really, it's not just a random act of affection, it's a vital part of the entire sexual experience. The way you kiss her can set the tone for everything that follows, because kissing is not just about the physical act of pressing lips together. No, it's about creating an emotional bond-building trust and making her feel wanted. For older women, kissing isn't just a precursor to sex. It's often the most intimate and emotional part of the experience. Many older women, particularly those who've been in long-term relationships, value emotional intimacy more than physical gratification. That's why if you can master the art of a deep, passionate kiss, you're already well on your way to creating a deeper connection. The way you kiss should convey affection, tenderness, and respect. It should make her feel desired, and it should make her feel like the moment is special, not rushed or mechanic. Pay attention to her response. Does she seem to want more? Does she pull away? Those subtle cues will guide you in creating a more satisfying experience for both of you. But kissing is just the tip of the iceberg. Once you've established that emotional connection through a tender kiss, the next step is to address one of the most common issues that affect older women. Vaginal dryness. It's a natural part of aging and often comes with menopause, but don't let it deter you. In fact, there's a simple fix that can make a huge difference in how comfortable and pleasurable sex can be for her. Tip number 2, you need to use lubrication. I'm not talking about just any old product. I mean the right type of lubricant. Water-based or silicone-based lubricants are your best bet when it comes to ensuring that the experience is smooth and enjoyable. A high-quality lubricant reduces the risk of irritation, discomfort, and even injury. And let's be honest, no one enjoys feeling discomfort during intimacy, so making sure that you have the right products on hand is absolutely essential. For many older women, vaginal dryness can make sex feel painful, which can lead to them avoiding intimacy altogether. But with the right lubrication, you can keep the experience pleasant and fulfilling, ensuring that she feels comfortable enough to fully enjoy herself. And here's the thing, it's not just about her pleasure. You'll find that using lubrication will improve your experience as well. It can make things feel more sensual, smoother, and more connected. So make sure you invest in quality products and always be considerate of her needs in this area. It shows that you care and are willing to make her feel as good as possible. Now, we're not done yet. The next piece of advice might be the most fun part of all, especially if you're looking to keep things fresh and exciting. Tip number 3, be adventurous. Experiment with new positions, different techniques, and creative ways to keep the spark alive. Here's the deal. Older women aren't looking for just the same old routine. They want variety, exploration, and novelty in their sexual relationships. And this is where many men get it wrong. They get stuck in what they think works or in what feels comfortable to them. But older women are all about mixing things up to prevent boredom and keep things exciting. Being adventurous doesn't just mean changing positions, it also means changing your mindset when you're engaging with an older woman. Think outside the box, try things you haven't tried before, create a new experience, whether it's in a new setting with different props or even just in the way you touch and caress her. The goal is to make sex feel fresh and thrilling, not predictable and monotonous. Keep the element of surprise alive, and you'll see her energy and enthusiasm for intimacy increased tenfold. And don't forget, an adventurous mindset goes hand in and with being respectful of her needs and comfort level. It's not just about pushing boundaries for the sake of it, it's about trying new things in ways that make her feel safe, loved, and cherished. So if she's not feeling a particular position or idea, that's okay. There's always room to adapt and try something else. The key is communication and making sure you're always paying attention to her feedback. But here's a crucial point to keep in mind. If you want to truly satisfy her, foreplay is your secret weapon. Stick around, because in the next part we're going to dive deep into why foreplay is one of the most important aspects of sexual satisfaction for older women and how you can master it. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next, all right? So now that you've got the basics down, from kissing to lubrication and being adventurous, let's dive into one of the most crucial elements of sexual satisfaction with an older woman: foreplay. Now, I can already hear you thinking, Karen, isn't foreplay something we all know about? Sure, everyone knows the term. But the truth is, foreplay with an older woman takes on a completely different level of importance. It's not just a few quick touches to warm her up for the main event. It's about creating a whole experience that builds anticipation, ignites desire, and emotionally connects you both in a way that makes the sexual experience more fulfilling. Older women often place a huge emphasis on emotional intimacy. It's what they crave, especially as they age. After all, they've been through so much in their lives that sex isn't just a physical act for them, it's a culmination of emotions, trust, and intimacy. They want to feel that their partner truly sees them, appreciates them, and is willing to invest the time and effort to make them feel special. And guess what? The best way to show this is through amazing foreplay. But how do you become a true expert at this? Well, here's the key. You need to focus on the little things. Don't rush through it. Take your time and truly explore her body. Older women may not always show it, but they love being touched, caressed, and appreciated in a gentle, loving manner. Pay attention to her reactions. Notice the way she responds to certain touches, the way her body relaxes when you focus on particular spots. It's not just about getting to the finish line, it's about the journey. And trust me, the more you put into foreplay, the more you'll get out of it. You'll see her become more present, more engaged, and as a result, more willing to open up sexually. Now, if you're wondering how to become an expert at foreplay, here's where you really need to listen. Take your time with kissing, but don't stop there. The skin, the neck, the ears, the inner thighs, these are all incredibly sensitive areas that can make her feel more desired and connected to you. The key here is to be patient, deliberate, and attentive. Older women, especially those who have been in long-term relationships, often feel that their sexuality has been put on the back burner. They may not feel as sexy or desirable as they once did. So it's your job to show them how beautiful and wanted they truly are. When you engage in this slow, deliberate kind of foreplay, it becomes about more than just physical pleasure. It's about making her feel like matters, like she's worth the time and effort. A simple touch or a loving kiss can go a long way. And by paying attention to her needs, both emotional and physical, you'll establish a deeper bond that will make the entire experience more rewarding for both of you. And here's the kicker. When you take your time, when you make her feel special and cherished, the sexual connection becomes something more than just an act. It becomes an experience, and the best part, she'll reward you for it in ways you never expected. So let's take a quick recap of what we've covered so far. We've talked about the power of kissing to build emotional intimacy, how lubrication can make things smoother and more comfortable, and why being adventurous and experimenting with new things will keep the relationship exciting. But none of these tips matter unless you're fully committed to foreplay. You need to invest time, energy, and care into making her feel loved and appreciated from the very beginning. This isn't a race, and the slower you go, the more rewarding the experience will be for both of you. But what about stamina? We can't forget about this essential element. Tip number 5. You've got to maintain good sexual stamina. Now, stamina doesn't just mean how long you can go. It means maintaining energy, connection, and passion throughout the whole experience. For older women, it's not about just rushing to the finish line. It's about creating an environment where she feels like she can let go, feel pleasure, and truly enjoy the moment. You have to keep the momentum going emotionally, physically, and mentally so that both of you stay fully engaged throughout the entire experience. Stamina also involves effective communication. You need to know when to take things slow, when to speed things up, and when to change things up entirely. Are you both enjoying what's happening? Or is she feeling a little disconnected? Check in with her through body language and verbal cues. She might not say anything out loud, but if you pay close attention, her body will tell you everything you need to know. You also need to be ready to adapt, because as much as an older woman wants excitement and adventure, she also needs a partner who can sense when she's not feeling it. That's where communication becomes key. Think of stamina as an ongoing effort that requires attention to detail. You don't have to be a marathon runner in the bedroom. It's not about endurance in a physical sense, but about emotional stamina. How well can you stay connected throughout the ACT? Can you maintain that spark, that excitement, and that passion from start to finish? Keeping her satisfied means being able to adjust your approach based on what's happening in the moment. And if you're truly connected emotionally, the physical part will naturally follow. So let's recap the 5 tips we've covered so far. We've talked about kissing, lubrication, adventurousness, foreplay, and stamina. But remember, these are all pieces of the puzzle that contribute to one overarching goal, creating an experience of connection and intimacy that both you and she can enjoy to the fullest. SEUAL satisfaction isn't just about hitting physical marks, it's about creating an emotional bond, understanding each other's needs, and making sure both of you feel valued and loved in every sense of the word. And this is where the real magic happens. If you're committed to becoming the best lover you can be, for an older woman, this is the approach you need. It's not about rushing through or focusing only on the physical side of things. It's about making her feel emotionally connected, respected, and desired at every step of the way. So stay tuned, because in the next section, I'm going to share even more expert tips that will help you take your sexual connection with older women to a whole new level. You won't want to miss it. Stay with me, we're just getting started now. Let's keep this momentum going and talk about something that's essential to making sure your time in the bedroom is truly fulfilling for both of you. The emotional and psychological aspects of intimacy. While all the physical tips we've discussed so far are incredibly important, kissing, lubrication, adventurousness, foreplay, and stamina, what really takes your connection to the next level is understanding how to emotionally satisfy an older woman. Tip number 6. It's all about emotional connection. Older women, especially those in their 60s and beyond, often prioritize emotional intimacy above everything else. By the time they've reached this stage in their lives, they've likely been through a lot of experiences, both good and bad, that have shaped their needs and desires. They want more than just physical satisfaction. They crave a partner who is emotionally invested in the relationship. This means understanding her needs beyond the physical and showing that you truly value her as a person, not just as a lover. Creating an emotional connection with an older woman isn't always as easy as it sounds. It requires patience, deep listening, and a willingness to make her feel heard and appreciated. As we age, we also become more aware of our own vulnerabilities, and an older woman might be more cautious or hesitant to open up about her true desires. That's where you come in, making her feel safe, loved, and appreciated will give her the freedom to express herself more openly. This emotional safe is key to making the sexual experience more fulfilling when she feels emotionally connected. Her desire for physical intimacy naturally intensifies. Here's the thing about older women. Many of them have already gone through relationships where physical intimacy was prioritized over emotional connection, and they've realized that true satisfaction comes when both are present. So your job is to make sure that emotional intimacy is always on the forefront. Don't rush to the physical side. Build that emotional bond. First, start by communicating openly, expressing your care for her, and validating her feelings. Take the time to check in with her about what feels good, what doesn't, and what she needs emotionally and physically. This kind of vulnerability builds trust and makes sex even more enjoyable. And here's something crucial you need to understand. Older women value respect and affection deeply. It's not just about doing the right thing in bed, it's about showing her at all times that you respect her as a person, as a woman, and as a partner. The way you talk to her, the way you treat her outside the bedroom, all of these things matter just as much as the act of sex itself. For older women, respect isn't just about not saying or doing the wrong thing, it's about being actively attentive to her needs, desires, and feelings. It's about showing her that you genuinely care for her, not just for the physical pleasure you can receive from her. This mindset is what sets the stage for the kind of sexual connection that will make both of you feel more fulfilled. But of course, communication plays a huge role in all of this. Tip number 7, you have to be an expert. Communicator, now we've already talked about listening, but communication goes both ways. Older women might be less likely to vocalize their needs, and that's why you need to be attuned to their body language and emotional cues. Look at how she responds when you kiss her, when you touch her, when you whisper sweet things in her ear. All these little signs will guide you to what she truly desires. If she pulls you closer, or if she shows signs of wanting to try something new, take note and adjust accordingly. But don't just rely on physical cues. When the moment is right, ask her how she feels, what she likes, and if there's anything she wants to explore further. Remember, an older woman might appreciate a partner who's not afraid to ask for feedback, because it shows that you care about her experience. And let's not forget about verbal intimacy. Complimenting her, reassuring her, telling her how much she means to you, how beautiful she is, and how much you cherish your time together. These words can enhance the emotional experience and make her feel more connected to you on a deeper level. But let's switch gears for a moment and talk about something that's equally important, keeping the physical side of things fresh. Sex can get routine, even in the most fulfilling relationships. As you know, intimacy is a journey, and sometimes it's easy to fall into predictable patterns. Here's where variety and creativity become essential. Tip number 8, keep exploring new sex positions and sexual activities. It's not about constantly changing what you do in bed, but it's about introducing little twists that keep both of you excited. If you've been together for a long time, it can be easy to think that, all there is to know about each other's bodies. But trust me, there's always room to discover something new. Try exploring different angles, sensations, and settings. Maybe you try incorporating a bit of light bondage, or experiment with massage oils to enhance the tactile experience. It doesn't have to be anything extreme, but introducing novelty into your sex life will prevent it from feeling stale. Keep in mind that older women often enjoy a slower, more sensual approach to sex. So even small changes can be incredibly rewarding. Don't be afraid to experiment, but always do so with care and mutual consent. The goal is to make each sexual encounter feel unique, intimate, and full of passion. Lastly, we need to address something that is key to any sexual relationship, but especially with older women. Patience is not just about waiting for something to happen. It's about giving her the time and space to truly get into the moment. Some older women might take longer to feel aroused or comfortable with certain acts, and that's perfectly normal. The secret to satisfying her sexually lies in the ability to be patient, understanding, and compassionate. It's about giving her the time she needs to relax, to open up, and to feel safe and desired. And when you show this kind of patience, you're not just enhancing the physical experience, you're deepening your emotional connection as well. So if you take all of these tips to heart, from emotional intimacy and communication to physical variety and patience, you will be well on your way to becoming the lover every older woman dreams of. It's about more than just getting her to orgasm. It's about creating an experience where both of you feel connected, desired, and emotionally satisfied in conclusion. Remember that older women are not just seeking sexual satisfaction. They're looking for a partner who values them, listens to them, and truly understands their needs. The physical and emotional aspects of sex are equally important, and the more you understand that, the more fulfilling your relationship will be. So the next time you're in the bedroom, remember, intimacy is a shared experience that's about so much more than just physical pleasure. It's about making each other feel seen, respected, and loved, and that's the secret to satisfying any mature woman over 65. Keep these tips in mind and you'll create a sexual connection that transcends age and leaves both of you feeling truly fulfilled.